Live. Kuje for missing a court appearance and what led to all of that and the reactions that has been following it, as well as at the moment the DSS, the Dokpemu Stupid Service guys and their guns enter the courtroom to drag Omoyele Sowore to where? Nobody knows, right? Because once the court says he should be remanded in prison, the next thing that should happen will be for the correctional officers, right? Those guys from the prison to take custody of him. But no, the DSS that charged Omoyele Sowore for insulting the president, calling the president a criminal. So right now they are the ones who instituted a case against him. They said it is a criminal AAC for 2027 general election, presidential election. And he's been treated like he's a commoner, right? More or less like with so much a disdain from the DSS, start with the DSS, as well as the court, where there are certain judges, according to Sowore, who are much like hell-bent in using their own power to jail him before 2027 charade. One of them is this judge, who Sowore already petitioned or requested that he should recuse himself from this case because it's partial, right? That Sowore said this same judge was the same guy who asked Sowore's lawyers to, one of the Sowore's lawyers, to kneel down in court, right, as a punishment for arguing, arguing with him, something like that. So at the point, Omoyele Sowore's lawyers, they withdrew from the case, and Sowore decided to represent himself, and then he went on to request that this particular judge should recuse himself, like it doesn't have trust in his court or in his judgment. Therefore, he shouldn't continue with this case. But rather, today, as Sowore arrived court, the next thing was that, oh, you missed the court appearance the last time, and therefore the punishment will be to be locked up in Kuje prison for a month. Here, I'm going to take you to the court in Abuja as usual, okay? You're going to see all that transpired, including what Sowore himself had to say before the DSS burst into the courtroom and boom, the dragging started. And it won't be the first time. Remember, under Bokwari, the same Nigerian DSS during the courtroom, simply because they wanted to take him away, despite the fact that court just granted him bail at the time, right? So they acted similar this afternoon, and all of that was kind of like captured on camera. But let's start from when the supposed hearing was to take place and Sowore's arrival and every other event that followed, right? So here.
Simple case. Lock the court and lock the judges out. You don't want us to be caught.
Today, it does not. Nigerians, please keep following up. Still reporting Alfred Sanford at New Sky TV reporters.
Resistance today.
Very important.
No, they are in for a very
when I could close the court, you don't want us to. That's it.
All of us went there. Hausa, Tragin and Wazobia. Tragin Sabi Hausa. He go reverberate this message for Hausa.
Yes.
And the message is a very clear message. Yes. All this thing where we think say Nigeria problem no concern us.
Yes.
Now Sowore get power to the fight. I beg me, I just want to do my house. I don't want to fight. And me, I just face my front. Yes. Why you dey face your front for your house? Nigeria will come meet you for there.
Yes,
bad policy will meet you for there.
Yes,
this security they wait for you outside.
Yes.
NEPA go take light where you dey. In bad healthcare, they wait for you the day when you sick. Yes. The day when you don't get money for school fees, when they pursue your pikin. Now that day you go know say education a privilege for Nigeria.
Yes.
Nigeria don't tumble upside down.
Yes.
Everybody they cry. Yes. The only people who know they cry are the people where they government and the people where they connected to them.
ABC.
Everybody where you see for this court today, whether uniform or civilian, all of us they suffer. And that suffer what they suffer. If we don't take action, now so we go to protest, they protest, till Tinubu go finish, Sheyi Tinubu go continue, Remi Tinubu go continue, and Tinubu grandchildren will continue. We go there to protest. But if all of us come out one time, hallelujah, somebody. If all of us come out one time,
We'll be shut down.
even the security, they go there back, they do like this. They're going to fight someone.
Then go there with us. Then go there with us.
Because them said they no fish out.
Yes.
And if they just do pim now and Boko Haram, they go post them go that side.
Yes.
Because this is how they post their coin and pity them first. So we must stop the country where we say nobody get Nigeria past all of us.
Yes.
All of us as Nigerian people, we must get right to education, right to living wage, right to associate, right to express ourselves freely, right to even survive and be alive.
Yes.
So we say bandits will kill us. Now this country where we say bandits kill general. General.
All right. As granted by the Constitution, even though they are just written in your Constitution, these rights is more or less like that of animal farm. You see, they say all animals are equal, but some are more equal than the others. Do you get that? And then say, anyway, Sowore arrived to court early enough, and the atmosphere was not really to continue or to even talk about this bogus case. So they have decided to make it a criminal defamation case, which means he can be sent to jail if found guilty. You get that? And Sowore said this particular judge is hell-bent in sending him to prison simply because, it is Sowore. Nobody's looking into it. People are just reading this news and just looking away and all of that stuff. And this is happening like in a supposed democracy where you have your free speech and all that. Tinubu was the one that was supposed to sue Sowore, not DSS, not all these guys. But by law, Tinubu can't sue anybody. Nobody can sue him as president of Nigeria. You can't sue him. He can't sue anybody. But they found a way in their, in this fake constitution, right? Where it's not even in the constitution per se. They have developed what they call the criminal code or something, right? And the moment they go into it, they will say cyberbullying, cybercrime, cyberbullying, all that stuff, right? So that they can use that to form a bogus case against anybody they want to use it against. And boom, to garnish it properly, to make it sound like, man, it's a life and death thing, right? That you insulted president. How dare you? Do you not know that insulting the president or calling the president a criminal in Nigeria can start a civil war? This is going to be the job of the security guys who have all the time to spend money, all right, their own time, including personnel, right, pursuing people who said what and when about the president. But yet, their main job is to actually go after the real criminals. But they will create a kind of like a crime from the, from the blues like that. They'll say, oh, when you insult president like that, the president's supporters, they will get angry and they may begin to burn places, burn things down and all of that. So to avoid creating national kind of like disruption, so we are going to charge you for treason because what you just said about the president can cause national crisis. And therefore, you have committed treason. They will take you to court. Most of these cases, they never see the light of the day. Like they are just pure distraction, something to hold you down. They say, oh, do you have a court case in Nigeria? Yes, I do. How many cases do you have in Nigeria? 50. Okay, what are the charges? Then you realize that they are one like stupid, bogus, nonsense cases that most of the time, the moment the person that initiated this madness, for example, the past DSS chiefs, they have different cases against the Sowore. Once that one finished with Bokwari and gone, this new guy now started his own different cases with Sowore as well. The moment he is also sacked or changed, right, all these cases, they will suddenly not go to court again. I mean, you are charging somebody for treason. Treason is like a capital offense. When they say somebody says something that could cause war or this or that. So you must see that case to conclusion. But because they're mostly focus cases, something to hold you down, something to make them feel powerful, something, I don't know, like, because at the end of the day, nobody has been convicted of treason, not during the Bokwari's time, and not ever in this Tinubu's time. While terrorists are all over the place, right, doing their own peace deed and the rest of that, they are spending resources, the taxpayers' money, to institute all these bogus cases. And they have as many of them as possible, as many as you can count. But the judge was not interested in Sowore calling Tinubu criminal. Okay? He has his own personal kind of like stones to grind with him, to show to him that, listen, you may be a media guy, somebody who can twist narratives or who can set narratives and blah, blah, blah. But in this courtroom, you are not that person. You know? They've had instances that Sowore will go to court. DSS lawyers and the rest of them, they will not show up. Right? I mean, you always see him in courts. Is that not most places you see him? Courts. And then on the streets. Court. On the streets, right? Because it's got so many cases in their courts. Many of the times, right, they will show up. He had cases with the former police IG. That one is also defamation, cyberbullying, right? But the case right now is as dead as Dodo. Yeah, taxpayers' money goes into all of this. Let's go to the courtroom, okay? And what transpired before the DSS, who ordinarily they are party in the case, okay? They've not had the chance of detaining Sowore in their facility like they have done to El-Rufai yet. So they needed something. The court said, go and remand him in Kuje prison. Then boom, with guns like that. They dragged him, they started pushing him. You know what I mean? Let's start from where it all started. Here, Sowore.
Activity of terrorists, bandits. This one will make you look like you're in a 5-star hotel. It's very sad. So, I usually would advise people, please don't feel bad for me. Don't do anything that will make me feel like you're sympathizing with me. I want to do something. I need you to join in this struggle. The struggle is here to unawares and and don't be caught not participating in it. It has already started. It has already started. It's just that it's not going to write you guys a letter. You're not going to get a memo. But if you look very well, you know that something is happening around us. So, like they say here, nobody. If you are waiting for any reason, waiting for 2027, you saw what happened in Ekiti. And I've said this before, that what Tinubu is planning to do in 2027 is to rig the election without anybody feeling like you rigged the election. And that's what they perfected in Ekiti. You know, a lot of people are still days. Some people are saying, no, it's not rigging, it's they bought voters. As if buying voters is not rigging. It's the same thing. And the state has been captured. Everywhere you can get a little support has been taken over by them. All these judges, is the reason why they are giving them houses, cars, they are giving them employment. They have embedded justices of our courts within the executive branch. So, coming to court, thinking that you will get justice, well, I have a bridge to sell to you. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'll tell you, if they can do it to people like us, who are you? But people like us are used to make these sacrifices happen, so that it will not happen to future generations. You see, if our parents had done the fighting that they should have fought, if they were not hiding. I was absent last week, that I hear the report and arrest for bench warrant issued towards me. We got a new set of lawyers today, as I promised the court last night. They are going to represent us, but the court was told by the prosecutors that they must insist on sending me to Kuje prison until Wednesday. But guess what? I'm prepared. I brought my prison bag with me today, and I told the judge, who said he can't refuse himself, that when they are ready, I'm outside. Nobody should be surprised. I have predicted before now that all these things are going to happen. But they are happening for a good reason. And the reason is that somebody must make the sacrifice that will liberate this country. Kwame Nkrumah was sent to prison for insulting colonial masters in Ghana. The day he came out of prison was the day he became the president of the Federal Republic of Ghana. I am going to prison to keep mobilizing our people so that this country can be liberated. I have no doubt that the end of the evil regime has come. Absolutely. I have no doubt that the Nigerian people deserve my sacrifice. I have no doubt that if we don't do this now, we'll have to do it another time. This is the sacrifice I started making since I was a university student at the age of 18. And I'm now 56. I'm still going to prison on behalf of my country and my country's people. And I feel privileged that I'm the one who has stood the test of time against the impunities of our leaders. Some of them pretended that they were Democrats in 1993. 2026, we discovered that they are monsters. And I'm referring to Tinubu. And I am insisting once again, because I was brought here by Muhammadu Buhari in 2019. And I said then, and I repeat today, nobody can defeat the revolution. And shame, sorrow, tears will visit the families or the people who do injustice to people who are out to fight for social justice. Absolutely. And that has happened to Buhari, it has happened to Malami, it has happened to the Yorubas of this world, and it will happen to Tinubu. It will happen to Tosin Ajayi, who is the DG of ESS. They will end up in ignominy. There's no question about it. So I stand ready. I did not even try to appeal to the judge to reconsider it. I want to go to prison, but I will be out. Absolutely. And when I'm out, I will be stronger, more ferocious, and face these people headlong. Absolutely. That is my message to the Nigerian people. Thank you very much.
Tinubu must go.
So that's a 2-day prison, a 2-day detention, so to say, in Kuje prison. So it's expected to be brought back on Wednesday, when they can then continue the bogus case. Mind you, is already requested for the recusal of the judge, which is very much vindictive, obviously. So while he was speaking to the press, waiting for the prison officials to come in and take custody, and then they will follow them, these gun-wielding, terror-looking, black dressed thugs called DSS invaded the premises inside that same court room, right? And then the pandemonium started. They grabbed Sowore. I had to blur out this video a bit simply because of the guns they are wielding, just not to violate these streaming platforms, guidelines and rules, right? But some of you have possibly seen the video. For those who haven't, right, it is a bit clearer enough for you to understand what is going on. Or in that clip, I'll show you the moment the DSS decided to act the way they have always been, thugs, right?
Hey! Why not shoot? You see inside the courtroom. Look at what they are doing to Sowore inside courtroom. Look at what they are doing. Look at what they are doing. DSS, look at what they are doing. Look at what they are doing. Look at what they are doing in the courtroom. Look at what they are doing in the courtroom. Look at what they are doing in the courtroom. Look at what they are doing in the courtroom. Do you want to shoot us? 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 DSS, do you want to kill us? Do you want to kill us? Shameless people. Shameless people. Shameless idiots. Oh, go down. Shameless people. Shameless idiots. Shameless people. Shameless people. Stupid people. I'm not go down. Stupid people. Stupid people. Animal. People there. Hey. What?
They were really pointing their guns. It was like that. The other two guys were like holding him on his shoulder like that. And they're like dragging him and pushing him until they pushed him into that corridor, where they now kind of formed like a ring around him, wielding their guns like that. Pure thugs. And they actually have no jurisdiction anymore. They are party in the case. So they will just have to let the prison officials, the correctional facility officials to take charge. So the moment they started acting rogue, the comrades, I'm talking about the Revolution Now, AAC members and the rest of them who have already formed a lot of kind of like a group of people outside at the gate of the court, already prevented from getting access. For those who gained access, right? And those who were outside. So it was easier to let them know because they were all seeing what was going on, right? So they were able to let them know that that gate right now should actually be blocked. Nobody goes in, nobody goes out. Sowore will not be taken out of here by these people for whatever reason. They are not, because they are not supposed to be the ones that takes him to that their Kuje or whatever. And that's what happened. I'll show you.
Yes.
Tinubu must go.
One more question.
Yes.
The court bandits said that they should take Sowore to Kuje prison. DSS come to abduct him now. We will not agree. We will have to arrest every one of us here. We will not allow that to happen. Never.
We will never give Sowore to DSS.
Never. Come down to Kuje prison.
We will never give Sowore to DSS. We will never.
Let's go to the other gate. Not DSS. Not DSS. Come on.
Afa. Ọmọ wàhálà ti ṣẹlẹ̀, ó ti gbé bàbá, ó ti lọ tí bàbá gbé ní ṣàwọn DSS.
Your father shoot!
Revolution! Now! Revolution! Now! Revolution!
Now! Calm down, calm down. Calm down. Okay. I hope all the people they broke my left hand. The things that they took from me, your people, I hope you are
Your glass is number one. I saw when they picked it up. Okay. Over there.
Hey, come on.
I got what you no. Okay, calm down and come to this. Wait, relax. Press. Let's go. No go. Let's go. Relax. Allow the leader. Allow the leader. If the custodian. I'm not in the custodial center. That's what we wanted to hear. That's what we wanted to hear. Yes, to be abducted. He's not on that side. Stay away. He's not on that side. Stay away from. Let's go.
But tell your guys to
yes, exactly. Exactly. Stay away. You stay away. Stay away. Stay away. I cannot push me. I cannot push me. I cannot push me. Come on there now. Why you bring the rice? 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 You. Why you bring the rice? Hand him over, please shift. They called order that it should be remanded in Kuje Custodial. Don't mind the house center. And it's not your duty to escort him. Thank you. Hey, President. President, we are coming to see you. President, march with honor. March with honor. Revolution! Now! Revolution! Now! Revolution! Now! Revolution! Now! Yes. Move, please. It's okay. No. Don't push him. Take your time and speak.
When you are people steal billions to prison, you put them in a van. Why do you want to put me in
Black Maria?
What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong?
Is there another vehicle to escort him?
There is no any vehicle.
So.
Or we look for Uber. We follow you.
Yes.
I don't want to this thing because of my back. You cannot put me in Black Maria.
Or you put him in a proper place. Yes.
Even if you want the DSS to follow us, let them give us one car. I will follow them. But don't put me in a Black Maria.
No.
Okay. Can you follow them? Yes. No. Don't worry.
No.
He's back.
Listen. I will go with them. Please, don't make any mistake. So we don't make any mistake. Don't worry. Don't worry. No. Let's go.
He's back.
Yes, he's back. Follow me. All right, we're going to Kuje. Give me chance. All of us, let's drive to Kuje. Then they craze. What I say, Charade, I pick the rice, idiots. Give me the key. Sorry. Kuje, give me key. I will go Kuje. No, Sowore no go enter Black Maria. He has insisted he will not go inside Black Maria. So he admitted to go in the DSS vehicle to Kuje. Hold on, listen. He chose that and he will not drive in the Black Maria. Okay. So we now will go escort.
Okay. So where is the DSS vehicle?
See, it's behind you. No worry, we will move together.
As the pressure made them protect Nigeria. But that responsibility, that primary responsibility, government don't fail. And government don't get plans to stop failing.
On the show force for you. I see this fucking bloody DSS. As they no agree, enter bush. The one day here we come with too. See their coward faces. My guy, they run for camera. No, me no know. See all of them.
Yes.
It was quite a scene. I mean, you saw it all, Abi. So they displayed their usual, thuggery and all that. Okay. However, Sowore ended up having to go with them, but with his comrades in tow, who were also like in the convoy, to ensure that indeed is headed for that Kuje, while they insist that, well, on Wednesday, maybe this time, this judge will recuse himself, like write himself off the case and assign it to another person, all right? Or he's probably going to come back this time to just probably like deliver a judgment again, sending him to jail. Something that Sowore himself already prophesied, that's what they are planning to do. Take some people out of circulation in a way that by the time they perpetuate their 2027 rigging, right, it is not going to be like rigging. You know what I mean? And like, you know it's rigging technically, okay? But at the same time, you are pretty much going to be like, whether a rig or not, it's almost like there's nobody to really challenge him. And they're already building that template, all right? So outside that same courtroom, outside that same court premises, in their preparation to follow him to Kuje prison, there's a bit of a scene too. Let's see if I have that.
Yes.
Tinubu must go.
One more question.
Yes.
The court bandits said that they should take Sowore to Kuje prison. DSS come to abduct him now.
We shall always fight.
Look at the number of military officers that escorted one man to Kuje. So this is what's happening in this country. Whereas our children are being held hostage in Oyo State. Our children are held hostage in the bush in Oyo State. And the military officers who are supposed to go for a rescue mission in Oyo are here in Abuja, bullying Nigerians, oppressing Nigerians for politicians. You see what's happening in this country. They are using the instrumentality of the law against the Nigerian people. This madness must stop. You see what Tinubu is doing in this country. Tinubu has turned Nigeria to a banana republic. Tinubu said that he used to be a Democrat, protesting everywhere under Abacha, protesting everywhere under IBB. Tinubu has turned Nigeria into a banana republic. Nigeria has grown worse entirely than ever. Nigeria has become more tyrannical under Tinubu than ever. This is what's happening in Nigeria under a so-called Democrat. You see the number of military I beg, what are you? DSS, those and
Crazy. Now, there is also another petition, right? I think somebody wrote that from Benin, from Edo State, a petition against Sowore and then a very dark man. So the petition is to ask this DSS to arrest Sowore and very dark man for organizing protests against the abducted school children in Oyo State. That one is still on like pending, so which means like what they are doing to El Rufai right now, right? So they are going to keep piling different charges, and they are going to be like making sure that they are at the forefront enough to make it stick, lock them up in a way, just take them out of circulation. That's the purpose. And in it all, right, they do not really have any evidence to back any of those charges, because the intention is not to really get any conviction. The intention is to get you busy, distracted, right? Enough that if possible, take you out of circulation. Enough for maybe your group, your people to probably go into disarray, disorganized before you eventually come out. An arrangement that the Prime Minister of United Kingdom, Sir Keir Starmer, will resign as the Prime Minister of the UK today, right? I don't think he did that for what Tinubu and these guys are doing in Nigeria. I mean, this was supposed to be a democracy. Sowore is a party leader. The one that the likes of the APC, sees like they are just like small ants that they could just, trample upon in a way, get away with it by using the corrupt system that they have, like Sowore said, state capture. The entire system that they have captured, that only do their bidding. Institutions that are supposed to be independent, but who have ended up, unfortunately, remote controlled by these crooked guys who are also very much power drunk, who would do anything. Because they see Nigerians as conquered people. Unfortunately, like, I have never seen any group of politicians running affair of any country that are as lucky as these guys in Nigeria. Keir Starmer has been, criticized for the government's involvement, like in our lives. You have to watch what you post on social media. You could be prosecuted for inciting, what do you call it, this social media, like AIDS, misinformation and all that stuff. And a lot of people felt like in this country, they felt like that's just an attempt by government to want to gag us. Like this was supposed to be like a democracy kind of, where people are allowed to express the way they feel about it, those who are leading them, right? And that didn't go down well for Starmer. To the point that, they conducted a poll in his own party, and they realized that he is no longer as popular as he was 2 years ago when he had that landslide victory in the UK. Like landslide, Labour Party came back after how many years? 14 years or thereabout, out of power. And it was supposed to be like a 5-year tenure, right? But the people in the UK have become so grown with this, like, propaganda party, though, right? When it comes to this immigration, that, illegal immigration primarily. However, there are many other things that, these other right-wing political parties are already pushing. There are somehow seems to be appealing to the larger part of the population, creating this tension, protest, even racially motivated attacks in this country. So in all of that, our Prime Minister is no longer as popular as he was. So therefore, his own political party were beginning to probably like plan a palace coup to move him to resign. At a point, he actually came out to say he felt betrayed by his own party, of course. So today he resigned. And I'm like, why can't you have that in like Nigeria? That's something that, I don't know. I'll show you. Keir Starmer's resignation and what happened.
Thank you. Thank you. Walking up this street 2 years ago was the proudest moment of my life. A new Labour government, the first in 14 years. A page in our country's history turned after years of disappointment and despair. The chance to change the lives of millions of people for the better. That's what I came into politics for. The journey to that point was not easy. 6 years ago, I inherited a Labour Party that was politically, financially, and morally bankrupt. I was told time and time again that my party was finished, that we were consigned to history, that a majority at the general election, let alone a landslide majority, was impossible. But we proved those people wrong, because we changed our party, ripping out the poison of anti-Semitism, restoring trust on the economy, defence and national security, and becoming a party that once again stood proudly with, not against, our national flag. The hard work of change was with a singular purpose, not power for power's sake, but to change Britain for the better, to build a fairer country with dignity and respect, where everyone is seen, everyone is valued, wealth and opportunity for all, not just the privileged few. And look at what we've achieved in just 2 years. An economy that is stronger, growing faster than our peers, wages rising faster than inflation in every single month since we came to power, investment secured, infrastructure being built, an end to austerity, with the fastest fall in NHS waiting lists for 17 years, the biggest improvement in rights for workers and renters in a generation, the biggest uplift in defence spending since the Cold War, small boat crossings falling, asylum hotels closing, protecting young people from social media, and 500,000 children being lifted out of poverty because of the choices that I made. Our reputation in the world restored, with Britain once again standing up for decency, respect and the rule of law, securing trade deals, standing with Ukraine, standing up for our values and rebuilding our relationship with our allies in Europe. Change promised by a Labour government, change fought for by a Labour government, change delivered by a Labour government. But I know the question being asked now is not who was best placed to change the Labour Party, to take us into power and to begin the vital work of improving lives for millions of people. Those questions have been answered. The question my party is asking now is whether I am best placed to lead us into the next general election. I have heard the answer of my parliamentary party to that question, and I accept that answer with good grace. Every decision I've taken has been about putting the country I love first. That is why I will resign as leader of the Labour Party. I have spoken to His Majesty the King this morning to inform him of my decision. I will ask the National Executive Committee of the Labour Party to set out a timetable with nominations opening on the 9th of July and completed by the summer recess. In the case of a contest, this will ensure a new leader is in place before Parliament returns in September. I will remain in post as Prime Minister until the contest is complete, and I will do everything I can to ensure an orderly handover of power. I will also give my successor my full and unequivocal support, knowing that they will inherit a Britain that is far stronger and fairer than the one I inherited 2 years ago, better prepared for the challenges ahead, and better able to ensure the Labour Party secures a second term in office. I want to thank all of those friends and colleagues who have been at my side for these past 6 years or so, for their incredible commitment, service and support. I want to thank the brilliant Number 10 staff and our country's extraordinary civil service who dedicate their lives to public service. And when I leave the biggest job in the country, I shall spend more time on the most important job, being the best husband I can to my fantastic wife Vic, who has been a rock by my side through good times and bad, and being the best dad I can to my beautiful children, who are my pride and my joy. Thank you very much.
So in the UK, some of us believes that he did a good job on some of his policies, and he messed up so badly on many others. For example, some of his policies that are kind of like the last 2 years that has kind of like have verified improvements or improved areas. It starts off waiting times, in the UK, that used to be like a real big thing. Sometimes you have to, when you have NHS waiting time, so to say, right? So sometimes you might be in that emergency waiting room for hours. Sometimes, people have to no matter the condition they are in, right? They just have to find a way and get themselves to the emergency ward without the ambulances, attending in time and all that. So yeah, that changed. People said that the GP appointments improved. I have witnessed that in Scotland, by the way. But in the area of crime, right, as well as the effort of the government to try to want to control speech, to create a digital ID for people in the UK using the social media and all that stuff, where people's posts, and even though some of these posts as well, for somebody like myself who is an immigrant in this country, so some of those posts are mostly racist, divisive, hateful. It got so bad at the point that if you live in the UK right now, I feel like that's almost the same all over the place right now, all over the world, right? Where I live here. So in the UK, right, we get to hear the locals or some of these ignorant doms who just regurgitating what they heard or read on social media, and they just blame the immigrants, legal or illegal, those who are doing their normal, who are legitimate residents. I mean, people are tax-paying, responsible citizens in this country, but you ended up being profiled. The other day when they were doing their march, because of what happened in Belfast, right? People in Scotland who were just minding their own business, they were attacked. We had places where people were randomly attacked. And this was just because they were black or they were brown, or you know what I mean? So there were those who are kind of promoting such messages on social media here, and there are millions of their believers, who keep spreading that. So Starmer is quite blamed for this hateful sort of spread of these messages, as much as his government was also trying to, kind of control it by gagging everybody. And there are over, I think, 300,000 or so people who have been like charged for what they posted on social media, the threats and all that stuff. Anyway, you can't say the same of those who are running Nigeria. I mean, if you compare what has happened in the UK, right, the one that got to the most, like the boiling point is when that, I think a Sudanese who attempted to behead somebody in Belfast. That triggered a lot of reactions. I mean, to the point of people being assaulted on the streets, even here in Glasgow, okay? But nobody got killed. The guy who attempted that was arrested. He's been before the judge. He's currently on trial and he's probably going to go down for it, right? That's a responsible government. But in Nigeria, Baba, where rogues are watching their own citizens languish in the hands of terrorists who are making demands and even making a kill, who turned act of terrorism into an industry in a country that those who are supposed to protect the citizens, right, continue to tell the citizens to pray while they are preparing to continue in that office. In the UK, we don't elect our prime ministers, all right? So the only people that elect the prime minister in the UK, they are the people of his own, constituency that elect him as MP. But being the leader of his own party, the moment they win the majority seat in the House of Parliament, as the leader of the party, he becomes the prime minister. Do you get that now? So, and he knows that it's not just about him. If because of him, his party will lose the next election for any reason, if the country or the mood, not just the mood of the country, even the mood of his own party members, who are also like the people of the country, right? If their mood already says it's not leading right, then there is a likelihood that his national poll, right, will, would have probably like a dwindle as well. And in that case, it's going to affect all other Labour Party MPs. They are all going to lose their seat, their majority. Once they lose the majority seats, they can't likely form any government anymore. So to save his party and as well as save his country in context, right, they just throw in the towel. But in Nigeria, they can kill everybody. That person that should be responsible for your protection, the president of the country, the most powerful person in the country, protected by their own constitution, the most powerful person, he becomes so powerless, and yet he wants to remain in the office because he must do his 80 years. All these killings didn't start before me, baby. It didn't start with me. They all started before me, kind of. Then you are still going to see people sort of like queue behind them and say, yeah. So they are the most luckiest, like they are the luckiest group of people running a country. Take a look at this one. It was in Abuja. If you do for me, I do for you. This is Nigeria.
And I do know this community, one good turn deserves another. You know this one? If you do for me, if you fall for me, if you push me, if you hate me,
Right.
Who did this thing to us? Okay. May God forgive all of us.
Right, right.
That's Nigeria. Imagine the Prime Minister of UK dancing in preparation for another election. All right? Oh no, not the Prime Minister. The appointee of the Prime Minister of the UK. Right? Dancing when children are in the forest for nearly 40 days. Where the whole country will probably be looking for them. 40 days. No, it's not the only country. It's not the whole country that will be looking for them if that happened in the UK. It is going to be the whole continent of Europe. You begin to see different people volunteering from outside the UK to come and look for these 45 school children and teachers kidnapped by some group of people Where are they taking them? Where are they keeping them? Then you see, you know, an appointee of the prime minister, the ruling party. You do for me, I do for you. You push me, I push you. You hate me, I hate you. And then people clapping. That will be the end of that government. That day, that same day, the video made it to the public. Have a caller. Hello.
Hello, Auntie.
Hello, sir. Papa, how are you?
Hello. Yeah, not too bad. How your side?
At the older more, at least.
Yeah,
Thanks for asking.
May God continue to bless you, brother.
Amen, and you too.
You already said it. You know, you see what these guys are doing. You know, I will start from what you're saying about these Fulani people. It's not that I'm labeling them, but these guys, you know what they are doing in Nigeria? They have tried it in several places in Africa, several countries. They have done this in Central African Republic. They test them out. Even Ghana, they tried the same in Ghana, but in Ghana they can't even raise the dog. You know, and they have done it in Mali. They have still doing it in Mali, and they chased them out. So Mali is fighting ISIS, not even Fulani. Everywhere they are in Africa, they have chased them out. And then they come to Nigeria, and Nigeria allowed them, you know, because of selfish power among us. They don't even care about what people think about our Nigerian military. These Fulani guys, it's not that even Nigeria does not need military to fight them. Only, I'm telling you, brother, only these vigilante guys can wipe these guys out. Hunters can wipe Fulanis out. Because they don't have mind. These guys, they don't have mind. They are not, you know, criminals. The main criminals when we used to grow up in Nigeria. Armed robbers, criminals, any guy that is using guns, it's hard you see them killing people. And if you see any criminal, any group, one person kill, if it's not their leader, one person kill anybody when they go operation, they have to come after that person. They must,
because they know it's got something that will make people interested in that operation. You're right. And there's another thing about violence versus violence. They said if you want peace, you must prepare for war. You get that? So if you can't go to people with, you know, people armed with these massive war weapons with empty hands, your hands up, saying you want to make peace deal with them. How is that possible? But if they know that these people are already fighting back, they will be the one that should be asking for peace. And then you give them one single option. Just walk out of this country. It's not the country that should be asking for peace. Peace with who?
With who? Exactly. What do you want? In the country, you have to give them condition. Before you talk to us, drop those arms. Then we can talk to you. But here, Nigeria military drop their arms to go and talk to terrorists. Imagine that. It's not imagine unimaginable. That person, as you said, if what weekend is doing, that comment. Look at what Adebayo, you see Adebayo, the SDP guy, what he said about what Tinubu said.
Yeah.
But that moment Tinubu opened his mouth to say that he will not make it easy for opposition. That's the
to come and topple him.
So that's the end of his government institution with the UK where we are. Any other country anyway. So I didn't understand what is going on in that country, I'm telling you. And now they have picked up Sowore, which is another problem. Because you know these guys, they managed to hold Nigerians into, ranks. I mean, they keep them built. Nigerians can never unite them for protest. It's going to be hard. It's going to, they have tried and build this interest between themselves, this bigotry, and when they are targeting the Igbos, that's where they hold them. And they
That is where the whole energy will be invested. Bigotry, tribalism, and all this.
Because as people are more Republicans, they can ginger, they can come out. But because of these guys keep targeting them and other Nigerians, follow them, closing for them. When they are targeted now, they can't even unite again. Look at what President Man did for Oyo. It's not up to 500 people, 1,000 people come out for protest. The same thing Sowore have been trying since to put people together. But how? It can't be possible. So it's just they already conquered. That's why they have look at
election, yes.
They are just putting everything to Nigeria. Like you can't do shit, you can't do jack, you can't do nothing. Nobody can unite them to do protest. Nobody. Even if it's Tinubu is in opposition, he can't put Nigeria together to go for protest again. Because they have managed to divide them very deep.
And they want to change the constitution now. Do you know that? To 6 years single term. They want to do that one right now. So do you think Nigerians are going to protest it? Because they have the power to pass it. They control everywhere right now. Like, who is going to say no? So Tinubu can actually do third term under the new law. Do you know that? They will be begging it. They will be everywhere now. They will bombard us after 2027. They will bombard us that Tinubu has the right. Anybody who is against that should contest against him. He has the right to contest under the new law, 6 years as president. So then he can spend 14 years. Could that be his joker in that age and like in that state?
When they conquer Nigeria, like Nigerian guys to come out to do protest. When they manage to, grab Nnamdi Kanu, that's why nobody's talking about taking him out, because he's the only guy that come out now and can be able to bring people together. Since a lot of things are happening, but they manage to, like you used to say, they manage to catch Nigeria, make Nigerians to hate the guy.
They spent a lot, they spent a fortune. Thank you so much, Baba, for this. You should have a good evening, okay? Thanks a lot. Cheers, man. Cheers. You too. So, I mean, interesting, right? I felt like they are the luckiest, but I think they didn't arrive at this junction just by accident. But systemic, gradual, exact prediction about Tinubu when he becomes your president. And again, listen, this prediction has been like all over the place, by the way, before now. Because people who are not privy to how Tinubu turned to the Lagos landlord, right? It's now being experimented at the national level. It will be. It's impossible. This is Nigeria. Nigeria is bigger than him. You are witnessing it now. Because it is going to be Tinubu's world. And it seems like he's probably getting it there because, like they said, could people actually really unite to stop anything anymore? Hello.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Baba.
Good afternoon, Maiyegun.
Good afternoon.
Thank you so
sir.
much for all that you do.
Thanks a lot.
You see, this Nigerian issue, I remember the last time I called you. It's been a while, but I said that Nigerians don't actually understand what they're actually dealing with. Because the person that they are dealing with is somebody that thrives in a chaos. So, if you just look at the same script in Lagos, look at the model, look at everything there.
It's been replicated already.
Yes, if you pay close attention to the Tinubu model, and is someone that is not afraid of anybody. And one of the things that me personally I think that he's trying to do is the major problem he will have is from the north. And if he's able to actually divide the north, He already has all these Fabio and all of these Southern guys and all these,
and all these other guys from the East who are promising that they are.
He already has everything. It's just the North. If he's able to galvanize, maybe like create like
break them. Like he's a very good one with that. Or if he can have his way, he will put division there.
Yes.
And the other faction will be legitimized. That one will have all the power, all the money, everything to rubbish the other side. And in that division, he will have his way.
He will surely have his way. That is the lifeline. If he's able to get that done, he's coming back. And if he comes back, one thing Nigerians should be prepared for, based on my own calculation, is people are thinking that Tinubu is stupid. They think that he's going to give power to the North. Me personally, I still don't believe. He might say Tinubu will not give Nigeria to anybody that is not his close ally.
Obviously, for everyone who knows his antecedents, obviously, it's not going to give it to any random person because it's the popular or something from the North or anywhere.
So these Northern guys that are waiting till 2031, they wait till 2050. I'm telling you. Because I don't think that he's going to give it back to the North. And he might.
But is the North not even weak right now? Let's be honest. Who are those political heavyweights from Northern Nigeria in APC right now? Any?
He already put all of them in their place. And if you look at Tinubu now, after Tinubu, I've not seen anyone that has that kind of influence, money, power in that Nigerian terrain right now. Maybe from the south, east, west, like the old Nigerian.
But where does this leave the people? It's like people have been like completely out of the picture, like they don't matter. Their destiny is going to be decided by us.
In the grand scheme of things right now, I don't think that the people are really ready for anything right now. Because these guys, they have a way of doing their things. And the people are like, it's just like, when you try to shake the people want to act. After a while, they go do that. They want to act. After a while, they give them small shakara or something like that, they go do that. And my last suggestion would be that if Tinubu is able to pull off whatever he's trying to pull off, me personally, I know that the number one person on his list is Sowore. I'm telling you.
Why?
Sowore will be number one on their list. I'll tell you the reason. Because they know that if they do anything, the only person that has been tested, that will not sell, that will not, how am I going to put this? That will not compromise. Is Sowore. And he can protest, he can fight the government because he has done it before. So I believe that it's number one on their list. So whatever game they are playing right now is still
like it is not random. This whole thing happening right now, nothing is random. They are all like for a certain end, right?
They already have their playbooks set out. So they know that this guy. For me personally, I believe that Sowore is the only person that they believe can give them a brutal fight. Then it will be like Sowore and all that.
Okay.
But if they are able to get that done, based on my own prediction, I believe that.
So right now, everybody is just in the limbo and just wait. Because when I noticed, there's something I noticed. And I don't think I am probably alone, all right? And I'll share it. And that is, no matter how much people have expressed their own dissatisfaction with a lot of things that has to do with their 2027 elections, right? Yet, everybody is still actually playing by the rules that Tinubu approved. You get that now?
That's true.
Like everybody is just following everything. They oppose it. They're not supposed to participate in any way. But somehow, they are working around the clock, okay, to participate in an election its rule was drafted from inside the Aso Rock. And where they had the objection and said, oh, we needed live transmission of results, we needed this, blah, blah, blah. The Kaaba rejected it, and the whole country couldn't do anything. Yet they are preparing for election right now. They've done direct primaries, the ones that their party members participated, right? These were new rules brought by Tinubu into this 2027. There are many others that everybody is just fitting in to fit into. You know what I mean? So how are they going to defeat him in his own rules? Something is set up.
If you want to beat him, you have to beat him at his own game.
Can they?
They can't.
Right. You mind sharing how? Because somebody said, even in this whole thing, right? If the people, again, everything comes back to the people. If the people decided that, you know what, they're going to participate in that election. I mean, like all over the country, where all these ways of cheating and all of that will totally be overwhelmed. When people now have to march to the polling center, the collation centers, ensure that their result is approved and all that. And that kind of like a revolution that happens all over, that may make them beat him in his own game. But do you really see that happening?
Not enough.
Not enough?
Not enough.
Okay.
Not. So, my own is that if they really want to do it, Nigeria will need about 36 million man march.
That the world cannot, the world cannot pretend not to notice.
Yes, they will need about 36 million. About 1 million from each state. I think they have 36 states.
Yep. Million. Or 37 million plus Abuja.
From that 1 million, they will need to make huge sacrifices. If they really want these guys to go, because they are not, they are not people that they don't really care. They don't have people in their mind.
Crazy.
So it is either the people or they themselves. So it's either the people want to let them go or they want to enslave the people. They will have to make a choice. That is what I believe. And what Sowore is proposing, they know that is the only way out for Nigeria. But they will not allow that message to resonate with the people.
Thank you very much, Baba. Let me take another one.
Thank you, sir.
You have a good evening, sir. So, interesting. I mean, I usually thought that people were supposed to be the epicenter, like the center of democracy, because even the definition of democracy itself that says the government of the people, 1, by the people, 2, for the people. But in this instance, it is just like the government of Tinubu for Tinubu and by the Tinubus and all of that. Everybody just need to follow the rules of the dawn. Yeah. Hello.
Good evening, Maiyegun.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm very well, yourself?
Well, surviving. Thanks so much for asking.
Yes, I just want to thank you for all you do, for taking time even to just sit in front of this, telling people, enlightening people about, what is going on.
Thanks so much.
I'm kind of, thanks for what you do. I just have a couple of things to say.
Please.
We seem not to be ready in Nigeria. And just a couple of things. You look at this INEC, whatever they were doing, this electoral reform, if there is no direct transmission of result, then we will resort to manual transmission. Nobody can win this. Tinubu is already won. There is we should take it, it's going there for another 4 years. Forget about the fact that we got governors on his side or whatever. The fact that he was able to do that the first time, he will do it the second time. Nothing will happen. And where I gave up on Nigeria is the fact that we talked about the coalition. I was even expectant That the fact that, oh, we've got these people coming together, you know, they can combine their votes and, you know, let's do the mathematics. I was just hoping, but when you look at someone like Atiku, all these people gathered together and they still have this ambition of being the president.
Exactly.
We are finished. Those people, that is the day they broke up from that their ADC, whatever, is the day they handed the president.
Second time to Tinubu. Because there's no way, sir, there is no way, right? This is going to be easy, as some people might probably be thinking. Because in 2023, it was not just Tinubu that rigged Peter Obi. Even Atiku ensured that every vote that was supposed to be, that was meant for Obi, were either destroyed or poorly recorded. Like there are evidences of that. So what that simply means again is that it's just going to be like dog eat dog. The only one protected is going to be Tinubu, because he will make sure that whatever area that they wanted to perpetrate their own abracadabra, right? Those areas remain unaffected by the skirmishes between others, tearing themselves apart.
Yeah, it was
Sadly.
and I had something. Was it on Sunday? You showed something about Obi when he was in the US lately.
Yep.
You know, telling the community about, you know, why people have to protect their votes or whatever. I'm thinking Obi should know better. The moment you guys failed to stop that manual transmission of, because by now we shouldn't be talking about the election. We should start from the source. Because you know Nigeria now. Let that they come. All they need to tell you is there's no network, no reception, no.
That's it.
That is all what they need to do. And Obi saying, no, people need to put. This is not about protection.
No.
It's about you nipping it in the bud from the source. Because if there's a polling center and they've calculated, they've collated all the results and everything is transmitted live, everybody knows, then we know that you can't change this. But when that is not happening, you're telling people to stay overnight, not to go to, it's not going to happen. And the thing is, it should have even considered the facts on ground before going to join ADC. At the end of the day, you know the antecedents of all these people. Atiku, Amechi, who is Amechi? Who knows Amechi? You want to become this? Are they playing? They've sold Nigeria, these people. You know, I used to be passionate about Nigeria. Well, now I'm giving up.
I know, it's disappointing, isn't it?
It's only God. And trust me, God, there is nobody stopping Tinubu this 2027. They are just wasting their time. They go all. It's a done deal. So I'm not a Tinubu supporter or whatever, but it's just the fact that.
Like, I mean, we have to be honest at the point. I mean, to tell ourselves that listen, there are some certain things that you can't ignore, okay, and expect. You know, you can't plant a maize, okay, and expect to actually harvest a cassava. If we are being honest, and there's nothing God. This has nothing to do with God can change things. No. Technically, right? They have sealed every loopholes that legally you could use, okay, to fight them. Forget about judiciary that's compromised yet. I mean, yeah, they are compromised. I'm talking about if you have legal team and they want to fight an election, they will need to start from the constitution, then the next thing, their electoral act. Now, they've done a lot of horrible, terrible, terrorist jobs in that electoral act. For example, an electoral officer is empowered to validate any ballot paper. Usually, you know, when two people thumbprint on there, when you have a mark of a thumbprint outside the box of the party you are voting for, they will validate it, right? But right now, electoral officer can tell you that it's okay. If you decide to create a stain, right, they will arrest you there. He's got the power to say it's okay. Not just that. They can use. Yeah. Already thumbprinted papers. Oh, you saw that too.
Where are we going? This tells you that happened in Ekiti, and even that single act alone should be able to, in a same country, should be able to nullify the election. But it's not in Nigeria. It's gone. Nigeria has to know. Whoever is trying now is just and the back on me, like they took Sowore today. He should go back to America and relax with his family. It's hard enough. Nigerians are not ready. When they are ready, it might not be even this generation. Because this generation you are looking at, they are not even ready. Are they not the ones doing perpetrating all this stuff, collecting money, doing this, collecting bag of rice?
Others are doing their others are taking gigs on social media to continue to launder the image of the same government as Papa. Thank you very much. I am going to share a few more things before we call it a night. You have a good one. Cheers, Papa. Crazy, yeah. They will say, man, when you talk about or you think about Nigeria, and you think about Nigerians, and then you look at the Nigerian leaders, and it is now going to be really hard, right, for you to be exhausted, kind of like, oh, this is an hopeless situation. Rotifmi Amechi once said that his own former chief of staff, right, when he was governor, now that he was then when he was a minister, came to Abuja and said, no, he told him, he said, Nigeria is hopeless and helpless. He was an active minister in a change government of Bokuwari when he made that statement. He said there is nothing going on in Abuja. What they do in Abuja is to share money. And after that, you will realize that Nigeria is hopeless. Nigeria is helpless. He is the vice presidential candidate now to Atiku, who wants to try again to save Nigeria in 2027. Amechi. Hello.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Baba. How are you?
This is Ola calling from Canada.
Sir Ola from Canada. How are you tonight, Baba? Or this afternoon?
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, you know, about Sowore, okay. What do you expect from a judge who had just collected a big mansion from Wiki? And then, you know, they need to at least show to, you know, all of them, including the police, the army, all of them, everybody wants to impress Tinubu, including the judges. So the judge, that is his own way of showing appreciation to Tinubu for giving him a big mansion in Abuja. Somebody that was homeless before, and he now has a mansion. So Nigeria is gone, and then like what the last caller said, Nigeria is gone. You know, it's irredeemable. You asked one question about that. What happened in UK? Could it have happened in Nigeria? No, because
what happened in? Okay, yeah, you mean the resignation? Go on.
Resignation, because the UK that joined animals are all being together. They know this is the decision. Because if let's say the party members ask the party caucus ask the minister to the prime minister to resign, we have among them almost our turn. No,
yeah, now it's the turn of Manchester.
It's the turn of Manchester. The turn of So the UK, the system, the operational instruction they give Nigeria is what all these people want, what they are following. And then and then to some of the callers, some people are trying to be politically correct.
Right.
You know, the narrative of Tinubu and his gang is that all these terrorists are just mere criminals. Right? But when some people call when somebody was talking about that they are just criminals, the person was trying to present the same narrative Tinubu and the people are telling us, which is not. These people it is clear what they are advancing is Fulanization agenda. They want to expand the Fulani territory to the south. And then, before they move to religion, and then to get funding from Saudi Arabia under the pretext that they are propagating Islam. But Saudi Arabia has stopped giving them money. Go and confirm it. Saudi Arabia has stopped giving them money because Saudi Arabia is aware that the money they are giving them, they are using it for terrorism. And Saudi has zero tolerance for terrorism. And then this and terrorism, at least to sustain terrorism, you need funding. You need ample financial resources to do that. Since they are not getting money from Saudi Arabia, then they have to resort to ransom, kidnapping, getting to ransom to fund
Fulanization, okay.
Fulani terror, something like that.
Yeah, but those ones in government who have succeeded in creating Ministry of Livestock for the Ministry of the Fulani terrorists, right? They succeeded. Those ones use their political will, right? They have also succeeded in coughing out nearly 500 billion naira, okay, to build ranches up north and even south. All this money, all this influence, none of it fulfills this Fulanization agenda than to continue to kill us, kidnap us for ransom, to fund the jihad. Isn't that crazy?
This ranching of the thing, they are just to distract us. Government need to do something.
Because this is not about cows.
It's not about cows. It's all about resettling the displaced people from Central African Republic into Nigeria. And then they now saw the institutions as an opportunity for them to expand the Fulani territory into the south. And that's why, when they continue to sustain, it will get to people who will say, if we want if it is for them to give them land, let us give them land, let us share our land, for us to have peace. So the ransom they are collecting is to fund that movement, that Fulani agenda. And then,
so, but where does that now leave Tinubu, who is not a Fulani, whose people are over 70 million in that same contraption to start with, okay, and endangered?
Tinubu is not interested in the security of anybody. What matters to Tinubu is his ambition. Now, because they want to amend, if after winning this 2021 second term, they will amend the constitution and what he wants to do third term, and he will still need that 6 year single term. He will still need some support from the north. So he will continue the same thing to don't let me rock the boat so that north will not be angry or something like that. So that let me do this. Yoruba will say, the fly.
But Baba, isn't that more or less like a reverse psychology sort of thinking? Because in that sense, right, it will be okay. It would kind of like align with what Akpabiole said when he said this whole thing will stop after election of 2027. So then Tinubu won't probably. I'm just trying to kind of like postulate or something right now, right? Say that means Tinubu will no longer be beholden to them after 2027 elections. Then he can come back and crush them. Isn't that like far-fetched, stupid?
That's Tinubu is not ready to crush anybody. In as much that in his own mind he can still continue. Tinubu is just like you want to play in the playbook of Bia. What they want to do, you want to die in office. They want to die in office so that because they know the atrocity they have committed. So now because once it's gone, nobody you cannot go and assume his cost and say you should come and face any trial. That's what they want. Or the most of the African leaders, well, especially when they commit so much atrocity, they want to die in office. Even if they are on wheelchair, they will still want to continue. That's their mindset.
So we are probably not going to see the end of Tinubu 2031 if he's still alive, because they are trying to change the constitution now.
That's why he made sure that he captured everywhere. You know, that's how Pobia perpetrated himself in office. The judges, everything, they are in his bedroom. The court is in his bedroom. If Pobia wants
Thank you so much, Baba. You have a very good one, okay, and a great week too. I have another caller, and it seems a lot of people have a lot to say tonight, so we should probably begin to keep it short. Hello. Oh, hello, ma'am. How are you?
Good evening.
Good evening. So you are joining us tonight, and I love it. So please.
I've been enjoying it, to be honest. I've been enjoying it because you just gone then I trying to come back.
I know. Time to cool off and time to start firing back. She's amazing. She's 4 now, and we are getting to that. Yeah, we're getting to that stage where I have to make her hair, and I have to kind of that stuff. We are having this chat. It's beautiful. Yeah, thank you so much for asking.
Listen, Nigeria, let me tell you, just to be good. One, this is the area most people are not looking at. There's no criminal that the white is not the worst. He is the worst. Okay, what do you think Trump speaker that he does with the wife and he lost the husband? So that takes over the husband. This what's the name? This man, this drug lord.
Each of them.
South America. What's his name again? This man.
From the same, I think it's from the same Mexico too. Don't worry, I'm going to remember. People are going to put it in the comments. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, it gets coming up. I think this month or yesterday. You know,
Majuro. I think his name is Mahuro or so. Yeah.
There is no criminal, especially drug laws like to the book. They are white. That's the area you want. They're white. He's using that Christianity to come out. She's the worst. There is no criminal that the white is not the worst. I'm telling you. That's the area. Now, there's no way. A place that you don't have the judiciary that is standing, that is independent.
Exactly. Like that's a banana republic.
Yeah, politics all over the world. Look at it. Let's be honest. They misbehave. People here, they misbehave.
They do.
The only institution that keeps their foot right is the judiciary.
That's right.
No, but it is. So no, the judiciary is useless. That is the truth. That is the area. So when I just look at what they are saying, they are just wasting their time. And our people, they are not exposed. If when they are doing all these things, they are putting at least do small rules. Do so that people will not
at least do.
I told you one other old man that I met here.
Right.
They were telling me, well, Nigeria is I just thank God I didn't have to looking out for him.
Please, I know, please don't.
He said, the way they decided that it's just to make it, work. And I think where in Nigeria do have public drinking water?
Almost none.
Wait. So what I'm saying that if when they are doing all this nonsense, the politicians are doing, and they are doing a little
fix electricity, for example, right? I mean, in this country, do you remember during the time of COVID, right? When it was alleged that, well, it's not alleged, in fact, it was confirmed You know, when they were awarding the contract to get all those COVID kits and all that. You remember that it was awarded to somebody who happened to be relative to Boris Johnson. I think his brother or something. 10 billion pounds. That they brought most of those things that they are so much in excess. He still delivered them. He still delivered all those masks, everything that was. But he used the privilege of being close to the prime minister. He got a 10 billion. It was massive. It was like billion for the whole country. And yet there was still an inquiry. There's still a probe that how did you get that money? What happened to that contract? They are still on it. I don't know what the conclusion is, so but they will still do it.
So what's the decision? Don't forget it.
Oh no. That's not democracy. No, no.
I don't want to remember. I just let's put that I was ready to sleep. I don't want to remember. And people, children are in the bush. They are taking it comfortable. They say, look,
I mean, they are campaigning.
They are campaigning.
I'm telling Nigerians that they didn't promise them miracles. They said they didn't promise them miracles. So, but they have delivered so much that Nigerians are so happy.
Everyone seems to be kind of comfortable that they are not criminals or they are not.
There are.
Oh, they are happy. What are they doing? What are they doing? What are we going to boost up? Good roads?
No.
Electricity? Hospital? Come on, man. Please, let me give people.
Thank you, ma'am.
That area that
I
people
know.
are not looking at.
I know.
That's the one.
Because that's somebody that probably, she should be probably the person he sees first thing in the morning, the person he sees last in the evening. I mean, that should mean something for couple that are also seeing what's going on in the country. She was sharing cars. Last week, she was sharing cars. Remember? So, that tells it all.
About 5 years or 4 years ago, these people don't they have wife? So later realize that their wife is as useless.
They are as useless as them. Yep. No matter how innocent looking they are or evil looking they are, just trust me, they are very much the other half of their own husbands. It's crazy. That's a very good observation, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Did we hear it? And to yours too, ma'am. So you have a good one, Good night. Cheers, man. You too. Bye. I mean, interesting again. If you have a lot of people who have to like chip in from different perspectives and all that, you begin to be like, man, it's kind of making sense now, though, because how could people who are like humans like us are completely different from us? What makes them different? Mindset. And, you know, thank God. I mean, I won't say thank God. Probably let's just say thanks to a rotten system that they have managed to put in place that sustained them up to this moment. Because that's the only way they survived this far. Okay, Starmer didn't steal money. He didn't do anything that you can pretty much call like criminals. Well, maybe some British will tell you that some of his actions were like a criminal. He should be in jail. He should this or that and all, you know. But when you compare them to these monsters in Nigeria that are so with no human empathy, like, I mean, they are parents, they are mothers, they are fathers, right? But they are so dead-hearted, sort of. That's the way I see it, though. Then when you take a look at the followers, and then you look at the leaders, and you're like, there is no difference between 6 and half a dozen. They are the total reflection of their leaders. And the leaders are, of course, the reflection of their followers. Africa Wahala once said it on this platform. I remember very well. And he said, whatever you see these Nigerian politicians, governors, or local government chairmen, or women, or lawmakers, or ministers, or president, no, whatever you see them do, as evil that you might think they are, they are still the finest you can get from Nigeria, because when you meet the real Nigerians who are not different from their leaders or even worse, you realize that this evil of these leaders that you are saying, they are probably your best. Never stop thinking about that. Like, hang on. So that means there are Nigerians that if government built bridge, if they are allowed, they will steal the bridge and let everybody swim across the ocean or across the river. And the answer is yes. If the government built, an infrastructure like hospital, there are Nigerians who are going to be employed there, and they will steal all the medications. They will steal all the medical facility, everything, if they are allowed to. Do you get that now? And I'm like, that's even worse. Exactly. That's the kind of followers that have continued to enable these bad behaviors in the hands of their followers, because they kind of see themselves in them. Like, maybe one day it's going to be their own turn. They will be the one in those bulletproof vehicles, driving in luxury in the midst of abject poverty. So they'll support those who are currently enjoying it and question you that is opposing it. Say, sure, if now you call, maybe when you get to your turn, no, go buy a limousine for your wife now. You can go buy your own wife keke. Don't spend 50 billion naira to buy cars for your wife now if you become president, because they see themselves in them. They use them as contact, or like prayer contacts. When you ask a mom and say, those kind of like all those mothers, right, we have in primary schools, they will ask them, what do you want your son to become? Oh, I want my son to become to be a governor. Not really because she wants her son to be governor, to be this real governor that to do his job and all that. No, it is that picture of having being a governor's mom is because somehow she's probably seen a governor's mom and the life they live and the comfort that comes with in all those luxury cars, their convoy, 1, 2, 21, 31, 51, 61, 70, 80, 110, 120, 130, 150. Yeah, one person, one man. Now somebody became this. This is somebody's child. God, I want my own child to also be this glorious and be governor. It's not because that person is going to come and fix anything. It's because, look at all these expensive cars following one man. I say, oh, it's not even him. That's the first lady, his wife. So that's just his wife. Wow. They don't care that that's a public fund. That's taxpayers' money being wasted. Money that could have been used to improve local medical facilities, like those local clinics, improve school feeding, children to get proper meals in school and studying in a very much conducive environment and all that. No, they don't care. So then you realize that the followers are even worse than the leaders. And that is why when people say Nigeria is done for, it will be hard to argue if you are being real and not this your religion speaking through you. In Jesus' name, Nigeria is not finishing. There's no way you're not going to, give that big sigh. Nigeria is done for. I do that all the time. Hello.
Hey, Michael.
Baba.
How you doing?
Baba. I am very well, though. How are you doing yourself?
I'm trying.
Bless you.
Look, when people try to say Saudi Arabia not involved in terrorism, they should go and do their research very well. And I know
people actually, some people are Muslims and they just stand. But I'm still, my leg is at the door.
Yeah, you know, there is actually a name for people like you. They will say non-practicing.
Exactly. So I'm not practicing, and my leg is almost
out
of the door.
Okay, that's a different conversation then, right?
And if I have to even start saying I'm a Christian, I probably might just pick maybe the book, the places where Jesus Christ came, and maybe Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, and that's all I read. Any other one. So that's just by the way. So when people say Saudi Arabia are out of, they are not involved. They should do their research, and because I've never seen a day. There's so much atrocities that go on in the name of being a Muslim. Because these people cut people's heads and they recite Quran. Saudi Arabia has never come out to say, oh, our religion does not support that.
I think they have. In fact, they have been on record to be fighting the ISIS. They fought the ISIS. That time the ISIS was like raining and all that. But right.
What sect of religion? You know, we have one.
And now they've got different sects. That's what I want to say. Like they are beginning to, and I think maybe, well, like it's like America too. Okay, we saw what happened in Syria, right? How the same guy that was declared wanted, $10 million on his head, is currently like a regular guest at the Oval Office in America today. You get what I mean? So Saudi Arabia, I've actually seen and have the record where they fought ISIS. But what people were saying then was that it was because ISIS was also a threat, because ISIS openly said the Islam being practiced by the House of Saudis, House of the Sauds, right? In Saudi is not the real Islam. And one day they're going to take over that place. So in their defense, that's why they went after the ISIS, because ISIS was going to come after Saudi. So, but yeah, we can say they kind of like fought terrorism too. So that statement may be valid in that sense, you know.
Because if you look at it in Nigeria, because I don't care about what goes on in any other country. I care much more about my country. You understand?
I'm with you.
Because some people actually lean towards Israel. Israel don't give a crap about Nigeria. Some people will lean towards what's going on in Palestine or Lebanon, Iran. They don't give a crap about what goes on in my country. What goes on in my country is my sole priority.
As it should be.
Everybody watches Jesus Christ, worship Allah. I don't give a fuck about it. I'm sorry.
No,
I don't give
okay.
a crap about what goes on. I'm concerned about my country, and I don't care about, because they don't care about me. They don't care about what goes on in my country. People have been stolen. Who cares? Nobody said anything. Did you see the Americans coming out? Did you see the Jews coming out? Did you see the Palestinians coming out? Nobody cares.
No.
So that's why I don't care. When it comes to religion, I tell them, look, if you come to an atheist, you're trying to argue your religion with an atheist, they'll beat you with your religion. With your book, with your Bible, with your Quran, they'll beat you with facts. But that's just by the way. What I'm actually trying to go into is, I try to do a research, because after all this kidnapping and all of that, do you know, I went online, I tried to look at, these satellite images where you could actually capture a particular area. You can see what's going on. It might not be real life, see what is going on, but you can actually order or buy.
Yeah, to get the real one, lifetime one. Yes.
Exactly. Do you know if you put in Sambisa Forest, you know you can't get the live data of Sambisa Forest. There's a restriction, right? I don't know if anybody have actually done a research.
Okay, go on.
Down just to look at, because I was trying to look at it. I was okay. Let me even look at Sambisa. Maybe that is what I can remember, where these activities, terrorist activities actually
started from.
Before I can now go into what happened in Oyo and see maybe. But with Sambisa alone, do you know we can actually get a live data, buy a live data of what's going on?
I know.
How could they have actually restricted that from the public? Because I was able looking at the case, we that were actually outside the country, we were able. Because what my thought is way bigger than what is actually.
But you are even going too far, right? Sambisa and all of that, such and all that, right? In Nigeria today, people are now, they have the capacity to track phones. Not only to track phones, right? They could tap phones and tap communications within that a certain radius, or what have you they call it, right? as long as that phone is on. Some people said that even if the phone is dead, they can track it based on its last, where he remits. It's kind of like remitted any form of what have you. But some people take this information to the police. Okay, you know why this information is something that people said even the police have access to this same tool. They could track everything. But the thing is that they have, usually people said because they are given orders not to do anything to these terrorists, right? But on the other hand, the police themselves are not willing to. They don't want to. They won't go. They believe that they are not well equipped to confront such. I mean, you don't walk to a police station and say, hey, listen, some kidnappers have taken people. In a country like Nigeria by now, who has been fighting this terrorism one way or the other, right? This DSS, NIA, and some other funny security names like that, they are supposed to be like the tactical teams.
Absolutely.
That you can, because every state in Nigeria has DSS office. Every state. Now, those places could be your own outpost, Nabi, to respond to any of this. Yeah? But here we are.
Let's don't fool ourselves. We can't lie to ourselves. We have certain people that actually, they're in charge of Nigerians.
Not working.
Just a group of people. They're actually in charge of the security architecture of Nigeria. And we all do know them. They are all the Fulani. I'm sorry if you're a Fulani, and I'm not even sorry at the same time, because this is my matter of life and death.
It is what it is.
Because they are brilliant people. They are brilliant people, beautiful-minded people. They are the Fulani. I have them as friends. But at this point in time, I don't know how to even classify who is the real good Fulani and who is not the real good Fulani.
And that is what states for things to get to where we begin to now openly declare our prejudices, in that sense, profile ourselves.
Absolutely. So it's not my fault. It
has gotten to that.
Where we all find ourselves. So if you look at this whole thing, you can't have the people like, even I understand that he's in prison. He has more information about the security architecture than even the president of the country.
You think so?
Because he confirmed it. He confirmed it now. He said I can hear everything that happens in the NSA.
What they are discussing. Ribadu.
He confirmed it. He said he's trying to smuggle in a certain chemical compound that actually could. I don't know what that thing does.
No, it's poisonous. Yeah, it's a nerve agent. Poisonous, odorless, colorless, and all that. Like it could just be in this room, and that's it.
So, if they are serious, if they can excuse the whole Fulani that are actually in our security architecture, because I'm actually at school in the north for a whole long time. The houses are way more different. If they can excuse the Fulani from, it's not possible. I'm just trying to fool myself here now. But I digress. If you win from the south, especially I want to insult us as a Yoruba, because at this point in time, we should be ashamed of ourselves. We should be so much ashamed. I thought I used to see the Yorubas as one of the smartest and most, not even educated now. Like,
what changed?
Your grandma, your grandpa. I'm beginning to, I sit back sometimes. What is going on with us? People, you see people that you think they are educated, we now realize they've now become docile and dumb to what that everybody could see just because of his work we can't eat.
I know.
That's again. Maiyegun, if we are serious as Igbo and Yoruba, if we want to deal with this outside, the Fulani now, they are the one. What did they do? They are the one that actually import what we eat in the south, right?
To some extent.
What you need to do is stop buying the meat. All these Fulani coming to my farm. All you just need to do is
I don't even know why. I don't even know. Well, maybe because people eat a lot of meat, though. Yeah, because I don't even know why a lot of meat still come from the north, right? Because a lot of people are already like farmers these days. You see people having farms with their own cows, with their own other, like, rams, sheep, goats, and all that. So is that not really effective enough?
We have more of the fish, more. We
fish down in the south compared to the north. Just stop the economy from the north and see if everybody will not fall in line. If this whole crazy thing will actually not fall in line. The only thing that makes the whole thing keep moving is the money that they get from us.
Thank you so much. Yours too. Thanks a lot. And you too. You have a good one, Baba. So,
and as I stated, and I'll say it again, Tinubu can never organize a free and fair election. It's not possible. He has never done it before, and he will not do it now. It's not in his character to do anything that is fair. Yes, somebody whose name is not his name. Whose secondary school that he went to was established after he graduated from there. The daughter is almost his age. So his elder brother, who died, I think 2 years ago, was 93 years old. But he didn't attend his burial because he didn't want people to know that that's his elder brother. For your information, I don't support criminals. That's why I'm not in support of Tinubu. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. And that's number one criminal in this country. I'm not afraid to say it. And as I stated,
just so you know why the DSS is quite like going choke on Sowore, bring back our children, led by the take it backers to morning, stroke the afternoon. Got a hint from that for you.
So I'm a little bit wàhálà ìfìlà yìí ó dẹ̀ ọ̀run fídíò gan ìfìlà wà sídà bẹ̀rẹ̀ tí àwọn tó wà lọ́nkàn rẹ̀ ó tó lọ́ ṣe ń jáde ní fídíò wàhálà.
ọba ló dá ìlà.
ọmọ kìíní ìjà wẹ̀rẹ̀ kan tó bá jẹ́ ọmọ ọlọ́dúnrún ìbọ̀tà ìbí àti ọ̀lú ẹwọ́ ọmọ ara ọmọ kan tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ lẹ́ta ìjọ kẹta náà wọ́n fi jáde.
I mean, people are not giving up. It's almost 40 days. 40 days. The youngest of the victims is, I think, 9 months old. That baby that was like tied to her mom's back. And the first video where they made appeal that they've been taken and the government should please do something to rescue them. Remember, that's the youngest child. The other 2 years old, 4 years old, and I think the oldest among the children they took were like 15, 14, 15 or 16 as well, because some of them were writing their WAEC, the one that ended, I think, 2 days ago, or 3 days ago rather. Nearly 40 days. In Osun State, some people also took to the streets to demand for accountability on the security votes that their state governor has been collecting. And these, like civil society guys, okay, they want everyone to compel the Osun State governor, the dancing senator, yeah, that they should account for his billions of naira security votes, because Osun is not majorly in the news. So I can promise you, this same thing we are reporting from Oyo State, yeah, is happening in Osun State too. Just that they haven't kidnapped people or children en masse like they just did in Osun. I mean, Oyo. And Oyo borders Osun. Trust me. They are feeling it too. So these guys want their governor to tell them what he is using their security vote for.
Nígbà tí àwọn amọ̀bà tó tún lọ rọ́ọ̀dù ní agbèjì lọ́jọ́ sí alẹ́ kárí àyí àwọn ọlọ́pàá tó wà ń bẹ̀ òun ni wọ́n fi jagun ṣẹ́gun àwọn amọ̀bàs. Ìjọba àpínlẹ̀ òun tó wọ́n tàwọn olówó ti kó àwọn ọkọ̀ yìí ńlẹ̀ níbọ̀lẹ́kọ̀ sí. The alẹ́ personal carriers wọ́n ti kó lẹ̀ láti bí ọdún mẹ́ta ààrí mọ́ ń gbòòrò. Àfẹ́lẹ́ ìlú ìjọba àpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun tó wà lè fẹ́ lọ tún sẹ́ńbì kan ní ọdún mẹ́ta náà ti pọ̀ jù tó bá ń fọ́kọ̀ fún o. Kí wọ́n bá wa kọ́ ọ síta. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì 40 billion òun ló wà lórí security nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun fún security nínú bọ́jẹ̀tì wa. Láti ìgbà tíjọba yìí ti wà ń bẹ̀. Kẹ̀kẹ́ lásán wọn rà fáwọn security nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. Wọ́n ti ń gba 40 billion àbí ó sàníye tó wà nínú bọ́jẹ̀tì ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun fún security lọ́dún kan. Kẹ̀kẹ́ lásán wọn rà fún àwọn security nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. Àjẹ̀ní security wà báwo ni ò ṣe ní wà. However, federal government ń sanwó allocation sí ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun every month. Owó security dẹ̀ wà ń bẹ̀. Kí ìjọba mọ̀ lè ra kẹ̀kẹ́ lásán kámọ̀ wá sọ ọkọ̀ báìkì kámọ̀ wá sọ tricycle kámọ̀ wá sọ ọkọ̀. Wọ́n ra kẹ̀kẹ́ lásán fáwọn security nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ń gba billions for security every month. Ọkọ̀ tọ́gbẹ̀lì àwọn fún mi àmójú padà sórí ẹ̀ nígbà tó wà níjọba. Ìjọba àná ìjọba Oyètọ́lá wọ́n lò wọ́n tún ṣe. Ìgbà tíjọba yìí dé bẹ́ẹ̀. Àárí ọkọ̀ yìí ní gbòòrò wọ̀ ní fọkànkàn lórí ẹ̀dùn mi. Àtúntò tíjọba tó wà ń tà yìí kí wọ́n bá wa béèrè tó ṣèwádìí. Aṣáàlò pé láyé ọ̀gbẹ́ni Ráúfù Arẹ́gbẹ́ṣọlá wọ́n ra helicopter tí wọ́n ní òwò fi kojú ní security nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. Helicopter yẹn ìgbà tíjọba àná débẹ̀ àárí o.
Sorry, I want to kind of like save us a time. My time is like overshot now, okay? So he's protesting there just because of security, and he's questioning some of the security equipment bought by the previous government that suddenly are no longer in circulation. They budgeted for over 40 billion for security, and yet, right, there is insecurity. So he wants people to ask their governor. So they are having their own governorship elections, like Ekiti. So they're having it in August. That's practically less than 2 months away. Okay. So I have seen videos of the routed terrorists, by the way, where they have been reportedly escaping, running away from their usual base due to the recent onslaughts against them by the Nigerian Air Force. Here is one of them, not the bombing, but the alleged escaping. Escaping. I had to blow it because of their weapons. All right, I should have probably told you that or something. I should have told you anyway. Here we have not seen Obi in a while, not on the diary. So a few days ago, he was seen making a donation as usual to a school, as well as to a nursing school again in Enugu, and the other one in Anambra. I think I've got the one for Enugu, where he gave them 15 million naira donation for construction of a section of their school that was gutted by fire, I think. From that is where we're going to round it up, by the way. So if you haven't liked the broadcast yet, this is a reminder. Please do like it and share it if you haven't. This also be 3 days ago.
Thank you for the welcome. I thank for your prayers. I joined in the mass today, so it's good. God bless all of you.
He looks more handsome than social media. Very young. Younger than social media pictures. Tight schedule, His Excellency Mr. Obi Nade na Etoka de Tata this morning Okasi Abuja and Okayejaba Lagos after more than 100 engagements. So on behalf of our Superior General Mother Maureen Annabogo, the proprietor of all our health institutions and the Superior General of our congregation, we want to thank you, Your Excellency, and on behalf of the board, represented today is sixth member of our board, Professor Chinyere Stella Okonla. Unkoba her own CV, Anyayarana Natata. But I'm the only one, she is the first female professor of mass communication in West Africa. And she's a member, Sub-Saharan Africa, and she's a member of our board of directors. Unumano board that hospital in the Mother of Christ in the under. So he actually can His Excellency Kangwakunu 1 million naira no abrowa abrodomi abro akoko the politician abro eneche unu ya no onu anyi. This money is already in our account.
Igbo bueno. Igbo bueno. Igbo bueno. Igbo bueno, Igbo bueno, Igbo bueno, Igbo bueno.
So that's what it does. Before he gives them money, they said they will first come and look at what you need the money for and all of that, and they will give you money. But you can't go to him and kind of like bring this idea of, oh, we need to do so and so somewhere, and then you expect him to write you a check. That is one reason why Kenneth Okonkwo is very angry. And on that note is where we're going to draw the curtain tonight. Thanks so much for attending this session in the Temple of Truth. But don't leave without liking the broadcasts. And if you haven't subscribed onto the channel yet, maybe you should, right? And then check your notification as well. This is the bell that is beside the channel, right? You'll see the bell. The moment you click subscribe, and that bell, check it and set it to all notifications, right? Not just one, all. And then you'll be my guest another time. So thank you so much, everyone, for your time. Enjoy the rest of your evening as well as the rest of the week. Good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará yìí. Maiyegun dayari Maiyegun number one. àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun diary Nayibi #1.
bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun diary Nayibi #1.
ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun diary Nayibi #1.
Maiyegun diary Politico.
Maiyegun diary Nayibi #1.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
Maiyegun diary Nayibi #1.
ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Maiyegun diary Nayibi #1.
àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun diary Nayibi #1.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
bọ́ba bá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
òkúra olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti